Now we're delighted to be joined on our app by Adam Wright of Kingfisher Gym. Adam, how are you?
Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, we're really good. New restrictions in today, Adam. The gyms are still closed, but people have a little bit of scope now.
Yeah, good few of the restrictions being lifted. It's fantastic. So much more scope for exercise outdoors and getting your walks in new places for a change. Get to go for a walk somewhere else today other than close to your home.
Beautiful day too.
Yeah, the gyms are still closed. Yes, it is so far. I hope it stays. Although I was listening to the weather there a second ago with you, Ollie. There's a little bit of lag going on. Sorry, but yeah, the gyms have moved forward to phase 4 as well, which is fantastic news. So it's like we're all kind of moving a little bit closer to getting back to normal. 3 weeks closer.
And just to talk a little bit about that, because we haven't discussed that at all, and I was actually only saying the other day, I have heard very little kind of in general about what's going to happen with gyms. You know, we're hearing a lot about other industries. So you guys are probably doing a lot of work behind the scenes in terms of getting social distancing applicable in your buildings and that kind of thing.
Yeah, there was an article in, I can't remember where it was now, but it was in one of the big papers. There was an article last week that got sent around a little bit about the possibilities of what's going to happen when we are allowed to reopen, and I can't actually speak to exactly what the Kingfisher is going to do or what the other gyms are going to do, because I'm not actually fully part of that loop personally. I'll just do what I'm told kind of thing. But it's likely that there will be unless things change, there will be number restrictions, like only a certain number of people will be allowed in. There'll be a lot of disinfecting restrictions. It's possible that certain services within the businesses may not be available straight away, so it's likely that even when we do get to reopen, it won't be back to 100% business as usual, just like everywhere else. There'll be restrictions in place, and there'll be things that we have to get used to for a little while.
Yeah, it's a start, Adam, and a much heralded start.
Yes, it is. I'm sure all of the shops in town have, limits on the numbers of people that they can allow in at any one time, and all of the disinfectant equipment, and the clear perspex shields, and all of the rest of the equipment that's around. And there's no reason to expect that the gyms are going to be any different when they do open.
Absolutely. But before that, I suppose, between now then and the 29th of June, we are in a freer kind of a state at the moment in terms of the 20k or being able to travel anywhere in your county. And I suppose people who were kind of, only going within the 5k are that if you're a runner, if you're a cyclist, and we're encouraging people to cycle at the moment for the Suicide or Survive organisation, or just if you're somebody who kind of, like you said, likes a change of scenery, it does make exercising that bit more appealing, doesn't it, Adam?
It absolutely does. I'm very lucky in that I'm based in Tramore, so for the past several weeks I've been able to walk up and down the prom and still be within the restricted distance from my home. But I'm really looking forward to going over to Dunmore East and having a walk in the woods or a walk on the cliff, just to get a different, or even just to go into town and walk around town while keeping my distance from everybody else, obviously. But yeah, it makes it can, even doesn't matter how beautiful the place you're in is, it can still get a bit dull after a while, and you just like a bit of a change.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I'll be going over to Dunmore tomorrow.
Excellent. And how have you been faring out in general in terms of the exercise that you're doing, Adam? Because you would have been so much a gym bunny. Have you found that you're more adaptable than you thought through all this?
Yeah, for myself, my usual exercise routine involved taking part in a lot of the classes that I instruct, and then getting some weight training work done in between, small amounts when I had time and when my body could take it. So being at home, the Kingfisher has been doing live classes via Zoom for its customers for the last little while, so I've been doing those a couple of times a week, and then also sort of keeping my fitness up for my own classes when that time comes. I've got a spin bike at home. I've been jumping up and down on that occasionally, and I've got loads of resistance bands, so I've been using those to make up for the fact that I don't have access to sort of heavier loads or machine weights or anything that I would have if I was in the gym. So no, it's been okay. I'm actually injured at the moment. I've done something to my hamstring, which is a bit of a nuisance, but I suppose it couldn't come at a better time because it's not stopping me from working very much.
Indeed, if it had to happen, says Adam.
Okay. Well, listen, Adam, delighted to touch base, and actually really interesting to hear, some news of the gyms, because I do know plenty of people who are missing them and everything. So it's good to hear word that they will be kind of slowly coming back, and within reason, of course. But listen, we will chat to you.
No, I hear about it all the time as well.
Great. Okay, brilliant
Yes,
stuff, Adam.
absolutely, Mary. Talk to you soon.
Thanks a million.
Thank you,
Bye,
Adam.
Adam.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.